Students, you are welcome in this lecture of Science and Technology, Part 2 of Class 10th, and we are studying the chapter number 6, which is nothing but the animal classification. So, in the animal classification, in the earlier period, we studied the phylum Porifera. Today, we are going to study the next phylums. So, the first phylum which we are going to study today is the phylum Coelenterata or the Cnidaria. So, the peculiarities of the phylum Cnidaria are the body of these animals is cylindrical or the umbrella like. You can see here in this diagram the animal is having the cylindrical shape, and here in this diagram they are having the umbrella like structure. So, if the body of animal is cylindrical like this, then it is called as polyp, and if the body is umbrella like, then it is called as medusa. So remember, the polyp and medusa names are depending upon the shapes of body of the animals included in the Coelenterata. Remember, most of these animals, they are marine and only few are freshwater dwellers. Body of those animals is radially symmetrical and the diploblastic. The body, it bears the tentacles and they are present around the mouth. You can see here in this diagram the body, it possesses the tentacles at the cnidoblast. Then the tentacles, they are used for the capturing the prey, whereas the cnidoblast, they inject the toxin in the body of prey. So they are very useful for the protection also. The examples of the animals in the phylum Coelenterata are the Hydra. Here you can see the diagram of Hydra. It possesses the organs like the tentacles, then the body, then the bird, then the ovary, then the testes and the mouth. So this is the Hydra. Then the next example is the sea anemone, then the man of war, then the jellyfish, corals are the examples included in this phylum. Next phylum which we are going to study is the Platyhelminthes. Remember, platy, this word stands for flat. So remember, the body of these animals is slender and flat like a leaf or a strip. Therefore, they are called as a flatworms also. Here in this diagram, you can see the liver fluke. Its shape is like a leaf and the body is flat. Remember, most of these animals, they are endoparasites. What it mean by endoparasites? That means they live in the body of another animals. So some of them are free living and the aquatic also. The body is a coelomate and bilaterally symmetrical one. These are the triploblastic, that is the body is made up of three germ layers. We saw in the earlier period that the endoderm, ectoderm and the mesoderm are the three layers or the germ layers present in the body. Those animals, they are the hermaphrodite. What it mean by hermaphrodite? That is male and female reproductive systems, they are present in the same animal body. Such type of animals, they are called as hermaphrodite. The examples of the animals in this phylum is the liver fluke. You can see the diagram of liver fluke. It possesses the organs like mouth, then the oral sucker, then the ventral sucker, then the excretory pore, then the leaf-like body and the genital aperture. Remember, the liver fluke is the animal which lives in the liver of either sheep or the pigs. So they live in the liver of sheep and pigs. So those are the endoparasites. The next example is the tapeworm. Then the planaria is also. So tapeworm, it is having the flat strip like body, where the planaria is also the flat worm. So in this manner we studied the phylum Platyhelminthes here. Next phylum which we are going to study is the Aschelminthes. Remember, the body of those animals is long thread like or the cylindrical. Therefore they are also called as the roundworm. You can see here in this diagram the roundworm that the ascaris are shown. So these animals are either free living or endoparasites. Here the ascaris are the endoparasites. The free living animals are either aquatic or the terrestrial. Remember, body of these animals is triploblastic and the pseudocoelomate. What it mean by pseudocoelomate? They do not possess the body cavity. So body of those animals is not segmented and covered with a tough cuticle, and those animals are unisexual. What it mean by unisexual? The male and female, they appear separate. So here in this diagram you can see to the left hand side male ascaris is shown and to the right hand side female ascaris is shown. You can observe that the length of female ascaris is more than the male. And what is important point of differentiation, that the tail part of male ascaris is rounded. So they possess the organs like mouth, then the genital aperture in the female, and the hole and the tail. And in the male ascaris, mouth, hole and the tail. So in this manner we studied the phylum Aschelminthes. There are some more examples, that is the filarial worm, Loa loa. It is nothing but the eye worm of the phylum Aschelminthes. Students, as we know that internet, it is our friend, and we collect various types of information from internet. So you may collect the information, how does the infection of tapeworm in man and the liver fluke in the grazing animals like the goat and sheep occur, and what are the preventive measures for the infections through the tapeworm and the liver fluke. Second thing, how does the infection of roundworms like the ascaris, then the filarial worm and the plant nematodes occur, and what are their preventive measures and the treatment. So collect this information from internet. The next phylum which we are going to study is the phylum Annelida. Remember, the body of the Annelida is long, then the cylindrical and metamerically segmented. Remember, most of the animals, they are free living, but few are the ectoparasites. Free living animals, they may be the marine or the freshwater dwellers or the terrestrial also. Those animals, they are the triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical and the eucoelomate. They have the parapodia or the setae or the suckers for the locomotion purpose. The body of Annelida is covered with the help of a special cuticle, and those animals, they are either hermaphrodite or the unisexual. The examples you can see here in the diagram is the earthworm, then the leech and the nereis. So in this manner, those are the examples of phylum Annelida. And the next phylum which we are going to study is the phylum Arthropoda. Remember, the phylum Arthropoda is the phylum which is present on the earth from the ancient time. It is present from the ancient time, and the peculiarities of the phylum Arthropoda is the animals in the Arthropoda, they possesses the jointed appendages. Hence they are called as arthropods. Remember, the largest phylum with highly successful animals in the animal kingdom is the Arthropoda. Those animals, they found in all types of habitats ranging from the deepest oceans to the highest mountains also. So the body of those animals is the triploblastic, eucoelomate, bilaterally symmetrical and the segmented one. They possess the exoskeleton which is made up of the chitin, and it is present around the body. So those animals, they are the unisexual. What it mean by unisexual? The male and female, they appear separately. The examples are, here you can see in the picture that the butterfly, then the scorpion, then the cockroach and the centipede. So in this manner we studied the phylum Arthropoda here. So you have to find out what is chitin, and let us think that what types of benefits and harm they occur to human from animals of phylum Arthropoda. Are there some benefits, I would like to give some hints to you. You must be knowing the honeybee. We get the honey from this honeybee, so it is quite useful for or beneficial for the human being. And I would like to share harm, like the mosquito. It is also arthropoda, so you can think over this more. Second question is that which are the animals from phylum Arthropoda those have the shortest and longest lifespan? Listen the question again. Which are the animals from phylum Arthropoda those have shortest and longest lifespan? And my third question is that why has it been said that only insects directly compete with the human for food? Listen the question. Why has it been said that only insects directly compete with human for the food? So in this manner we studied the phylum Arthropoda. Thank you. Thank you very much.